Bhagavatam is mellow of Krishna Bhakti Rasa. Is mellow of Krishna Bhakti. Tate Veda Shastra hoite Param Mahatma. It is the essence of all Vedic literature. So Vedanta Saram, Srimad Bhagavatam. Do you understand? The essence of all Vedic literature. Sarva Vedanta Saram hi Srimad Bhagavatam. Tadrasamrita Triptasya. Nanyatro Sidrati Kuchit. If someone is fortunate enough to develop taste, the nectar coming out from Srimad Bhagavatam, someone will develop taste for that nectar. He will never aspire for any other literature. Nanyatra Sidrati Kuchit. Jasyang Vaisriyamanayang Krishni Paramapurushi Bhakti Rutpadide Punsa Sukamoho Bhayapaha. Only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source, one can very easily develop Krishna Bhakti, as a result of which all his material fears, lamentation, and delusions will be completely destroyed. Ja Bhagavata Pado Vaishnava Rasthani एकांत आश्रय करो चैतन्य चरणे। मायावादी भाष्य सुनले হয় সর্বনাশ, জীবের নিস্তার লাগি সূত্র কইল ব্যাস। মায়াবাদী ভাষ্য শুনলে হয় সর্বনাশ। Sriman Mahaprabhu says this thing. Srila Vyasadeva is the compiler of Vedanta Sutra. And he has given the commentary on Vedanta Sutra. The Srimad Bhagavatam, the natural commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Who is the compiler of Vedanta Sutra? He gives commentary, the Srimad Bhagavatam. But Mayavadis, they don't accept this. They accept Sarika Bhashya compiled by, written by Shankaracharya, propounder of Mayavad philosophy. That's an imaginative commentary. Mahaprabhu, Sriman Mahaprabhu says, don't go to a Mayavadi and don't hear their commentaries. Mayavadi Bhashya sunle hoy surbonas. If you hear the commentary, Mayavad commentary of Vedanta Sutra, then your whole bhakti vritti will be completely destroyed. Therefore, jao bhagavata pado Vaishnava rasthane, ekanta ashraya karo chaitanya charita. Go and approach a bhakta bhagavata, a Vaishnava, who is an embodiment of Bhagavata, and hear and study Bhagavata from him. Ekanta ashraya karo chaitanya charane. Completely take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You understand? Apurva Prabhu. Completely take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the necessity? What is the necessity of taking complete shelter at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Yes.
The necessity is in order to go back to God and become true.
What he gives, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives us.
The holy name.
Yes. What holy name will give us?
Krishna Prem.
Yeah, that's all we needed. He freely gives Krishna Prem. Do you understand? Mahaprabhu freely gives, indiscriminately gives. You understand? Patito pamara nahi bache, brahmar durlava prema svakare jache. He never discriminates whether, what's your name?
Bhaktadev. Bhaktadev.
Dev.
Dev.
Whether Bhakta Dev is qualified to get Krishna Prema or not, he never discriminates. Do you understand? Patit Pamar, most degraded, most sinful persons also. He never discriminates. Freely gives. Brahmar Durlava. Even Brahma cannot get it. It's very difficult on the part of Brahma to get the Krishna Prema. But Mahaprabhu freely gives it. Do you understand? Indiscriminately gives. Such is most munificent incarnation. Wonderfully munificent, wonderfully merciful, wonderfully magnanimous Mahaprabhu. Do you understand? So that Krishna prem is needed. Do you understand? Prema bhakti jaha hoite, avidya vinas ho jate. Isn't it? In Guru Bandhana, you every day chant it. Isn't it? Huh? Prema bhakti jaha hoite, avidya vinas ho jate. How your avidya, ignorance will be dispelled without prema bhakti? Huh? No. Do you understand, Mr. Dev?
Didn't hear it.
Without prema bhakti, your ignorance cannot be dispelled. Do you understand? Therefore we offer puja, prayer to Guru, we say this thing. Prema bhakti jaha hoite avidya vinas jate. Do you understand? That Guru is Gaura Priyojana. He is very dear devotee of Gauranga. He is Guru. Do you understand? So, as Gauranga Mahaprabhu gives Prem Bhakti, Guru gives. His dear devotee gives. So we offer this prayer that unless we get this Prem Bhakti, our ignorance cannot be dispelled. You understand? So, Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana will dispel your ignorance. So without Prem Bhakti, how can you understand Bhagavata? Cannot understand. Do you understand? Therefore it is the need to take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu completely. Because he freely gives Prem Bhakti. That will help us to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. You understand? Otherwise you cannot understand. Lord Shivaji, one of the 12 Mahajanas, he says this thing. Bhaktya bhagavatam rajyam na buddhya na satikaya. Do you understand? Only by bhakti you can understand. Especially prem bhakti you can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Na buddhya na satikaya. You cannot understand Srimad Bhagavatam by dint of your material merit, scholarship, intelligence, or taking help of the commentaries given by best commentators, noted commentators like Sridhar Swami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baladev Vidyabhushan, Jiva Goswami, many commentators are there. Was given commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. If someone thinks like that, I am a Sanskrit scholar, so many commentaries are there, so I will take help of commentaries so I can understand Bhagavatam. But Shivaji says no. Bhaktya bhagavatam grajyam na buddhya na satikaya. Only by bhakti you can understand Bhagavat. You cannot understand Bhagavat by dint of your material scholarship, learning, merit, intelligence, nor by taking help of commentaries. Do you understand? Only by bhakti. How can you understand? How can you approach Krishna? Tell me.
Through modified spirituality. Always.
Bhaktyahu ekaya grajya. Krishna says this thing. Only by bhakti I am to be approached. Bhaktyahu ekaya grajya. Only by bhakti I am to be understood. Only by bhakti I am to be approached. Bhaktyastu anannaya labhyo bhaktyamang abhijanati. Many times. Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, you'll find. Only through bhakti you can approach me. Only through bhakti you can understand me, Krishna says. Similarly, only through bhakti you can understand Bhagavata. Bhaktya bhagavatam grajyam. Bhaktya. Do you understand? Only through bhakti. Because Krishna tulya bhagavato vibhu sarvasroy prati shloke prati okhyuri dhanartha. Srimad Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. Do you understand, Mr. Dev? Krishna tulya is as good as Krishna. Is not different from Krishna. Do you understand? Krishnera sriyanga tahate kohena jato gopya Krishna ranga. Do you understand? It's the body of Krishna. Do you understand? Srimad Bhagavatam is the body of Krishna. And all transcendental, confidential, transcendental Leelas of Krishna have been said here. You understand? This is what Bhagavata. So as Krishna is approached and understood only through bhakti, similarly, Bhagavata is understood only through bhakti. You understand? Prati shloke, prati akhyare, nanartha koi. In every verse, in every word, even in every letter, you'll find there are many, many meanings. You understand? Such is Bhagavata. ভাগবত যে না মানে সে যবন সম, তার শাস্ত্র আছে জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু যাব। One who doesn't accept Bhagavata, you understand, doesn't accept the teachings given in Bhagavata, Siddhanta's conclusions given in Bhagavata, is Mletsa and Javan. He is Mletsa and Javan. You understand? And he must be punished by Jamaraj life after life. Do you understand? So we accept Bhagavata and daily we hear Bhagavata, daily we glorify Bhagavata, daily we speak on Bhagavata. Do you understand? Daily we give opportunity to all the devotees, those who have developed taste for it, to come and hear. You understand? This is the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam. As we glorify Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, similarly we glorify Srimad Bhagavatam before studying or speaking on Bhagavatam. You understand? This is the glory. I'd like to come to the text. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 6, text 46. Pradhanyato janriso amananti Leelavataran purusasya bhumna apiyatang karna kasaya sosan anukramisyeto iman supesan. Pradhanyato janruso amananti Leelavataran purusasya bhumna apiyatang karna kasaya sosan anukramisyeto iman supesan. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O Narada, now I shall state one after another the transcendental incarnations of the Lord known as Leelavataras. Hearing of their activities counteracts all foul matters accumulated in the ear. These pastimes are pleasing to the ear, pleasing to hear, and are to be relished. Therefore, they are in my heart. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. As it was said in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam 158, one cannot be fully satisfied by hearing unless and until one is given a chance to hear of the transcendental activities of the Lord. So Brahmaji is also trying in this verse to stress the importance of narrating the transcendental pastimes of the Lord as he comes and manifests himself here on the surface of the material planets. Every living entity has a tendency to hear pleasing messages, and as such, almost every one of us is inclined to hear news and talks broadcast by the radio stations. But the difficulty is that no one is satisfied at heart by hearing all those messages. The cause of such dissatisfaction is in compatibility of the message with the enormous stratum of the living soul. This transcendental literature is especially prepared by Srila Vyasadeva to give the utmost satisfaction to the people in general by narration of the activities of the Lord as instructed by Narada Muni to Srila Vyasadeva. Such activities of the Lord are principally of two varieties. One concerns the mundane manifestation of the material creative force, and the other deals with his pastimes in the form of different incarnations in terms of the time and place. There are innumerable incarnations of the Lord, like the waves of the river flowing constantly in and out. Less intelligent persons take more interest in the creative forces of the Lord in the material world. And being disconnected from their relationship with the Lord, they put forward many theories of the creation in the name of scientific research. The devotees of the Lord, however, know well how the creative forces work currently by the action and reaction of the material energy of the Lord. Therefore, they take more interest in transcendental activities of the Lord as he incarnates himself on the surface of the material world. Srimad Bhagavatam is the history of such activities of the Lord. And people who take interest in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam clear their hearts of accumulated mundane filth. There are 1,001 rash literatures in the market, but one who has taken interest in the Srimad Bhagavatam loses all interest in such filthy literatures. Sri Brahmaji is thus attempting to narrate the principal incarnations of the Lord so that they may be drunk by Narada as transcendental nectar. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the second canto, 6th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Purusha Sukta conferred. So, here Brahmaji says to Narada about the hearing of the transcendental katha of the Supreme Lord, Krishna. Krishna katha, nectarian. Do you understand? We also say this thing before this beginning, the study of Srimad Bhagavatam, or speaking on Srimad Bhagavatam, we glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. I say, Nigama kalpatara galitam phalam, sukha mukhadamrita drava sanjutam, pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muraho rasika bhuyavaka. That we glorify. Do you understand? What is this Bhagavata? Nigama kalpatara galitam phalam. This is the most ripened, sweetest, nectarian, juicy fruit of Vedic tree. Do you understand, Mr. Dev? This Srimad Bhagavatam. Most ripened, sweetest, nectarian, juicy fruit of Vedic tree. This Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukha mukhadamrita drava sanjutam. Again it has come out from the lips of Sukadeva Goswami. Sukha literally means parrot. Generally, parrot touches that fruit which is very sweet. Do you understand? And after it is being touched by parrot, that fruit becomes much sweeter. Similarly, this Srimad Bhagavatam, the most ripened and sweetest, juicy, nectarian, juicy fruit of Vedic tree, when it came out from the lips of Sukadeva Goswami, it has become much sweeter. Do you understand? Such is Srimad Bhagavatam. And what does it contain? It contains the transcendental pastimes, nectarian katha of Krishna and his different innumerable incarnations. Do you understand? That Brahma says, Lila Avatar. I shall state one after another transcendental incarnation of the Lord known as Lila Avatar. Hearing of their activities counteracts all foul matters accumulated in the ear. These pastimes are pleasing to hear and have to be relished. Therefore, they are in my heart. You understand? So, those who are dear devotees of the Lord, Krishna, Vaishnavas, they are known as also Bhagavata. Do you understand? Grantha Bhagavata, Bhakta Bhagavata. This book Bhagavata and Bhakta Bhagavata. Devotee is also known as Bhagavata. Because these pleasing pastimes of the Lord are there in his heart. Do you understand, Mr. Day? That says, Brahma says, in his heart. When he speaks, when he opens his mouth, he speaks about this. He never speaks anything else. That Vaishnava, that Bhakta Bhagavata. Do you understand? In other words, we say, he is an embodiment of Bhagavata. Bhakta, devotee is an embodiment of Bhagavata. Also you'll find in Chaitanya, Charitamrita Chaitanya Bhagavata. दुई स्थाने भागवतेर नाम सुना जाए. एक ग्रंथ भागवत और एक भक्त भागवत. In two places we'll hear this word Bhagavata. One is book Bhagavata, Grantha Bhagavata, another Bhakta, devotee Bhagavata. Do you understand? दुई भागवत द्वारा दिया भक्ति रस तार प्रेमे होय बस. Krishna gives this bhakti rasa, the mellow of bhakti, through these two Bhagavatas. One Grantha Bhagavata, book Bhagavata, another is Bhakta Bhagavata. Do you understand? Through these two Bhagavatas, Krishna gives bhakti rasa, mellow of Bhagavata, bhakti. And with that bhakti, prema bhakti, he becomes bound up. Preme hoy basa. Do you understand? Krishna becomes bound up. And Krishna wants you should bind him up. Mr. Day. Do you understand? Yes, Krishna wants that. Yeah. How can you bind him up? Not an easy affair. Unless you develop this bhakti, prema bhakti. Do you understand? Unless you develop prema bhakti, you cannot bind Krishna. Not an easy thing. Do you understand? This month is now going on, is known as Damodar month, isn't it? Yeah. We chant Damodar Ashtaka every morning, evening, isn't it? Mother Jasoda binds him up. Do you understand that picture we set up? We have not set up that picture. Oh yes. There, hey, you see? That picture you see. A mother Jasoda binds up. Do you understand? Yes. How? How she could bind? What do we chant? Bhaktir baddhatung. Isn't it? No, in that verse you find. Bhaktir baddhatung, O Damodara. You are bound up with bhakti. Do you understand? With bhakti. Bhaktir baddhatung. Without bhakti, nobody can bind him up. Preme hoy vaso. That Mother Jasoda is binding Krishna, you see, with the rope. What is that rope? And we offer obeisances to that rope. Namaste tu damne, surodipti dhamne. Vishwasya dhamne. Damna means rope. We pay our obeisance to that rope. Namaste tu damne. Do you understand? That's not ordinary rope. That's the rope of love. Do you understand? Prema Bhakti Sutra. Do you understand? That's the rope of love. So with that rope you can bind Krishna, Mr. Day. You cannot bind Krishna with the ordinary rope. This is not an easy affair. Do you understand? He's supreme personality of Godhead. Supremely powerful. He is supreme in all respects, supreme truth. Isn't it? Nobody can understand him. It's not now prakasa sarvasya jogomaya samavrita mudhayam abhijanati. In Bhagavad Gita he said, Mudhaya rascal cannot understand me. I am covered up with my jogomaya potency. Nahu prakasa sarvasya. I do not manifest myself everywhere before everybody. He is covered up with his Jogamaya potency. So how can you see him? How can you get him? And how can you find him? Do you understand, Mr. Day? Only such bhakta, such devotee who has developed prem bhakti, he sees him. He catches him. He gets him. Do you understand? Krishna always tries to keep him hidden. Do you understand? Rakhe Luchaya. Rakhe Luchaya. Always tries. Because he said, I am covered up with my Jogamaya potency. But he cannot keep himself hidden before the eyes of his dear devotee, who has developed such prema bhakti. Do you understand, Mr. Dey? He cannot. He cannot. That bhakta sees him. That devotee catches him. That devotee binds him. Do you understand? In Charitamrita also find. Kaviraj Goswami has said, Bhakta ama preme bandhiyache hrudoya vitore, jahan netro pode, tahan dekhoy amare. That bhakta who has developed prem bhakti, he has bound me up in his heart. Do you understand? With the rope of love. Krishna is in bondage. Do you understand, Mr. Dey? Krishna is in bondage. He is ever free, supremely independent, supremely free. How he will be in bondage? Huh? You are a conditioned soul, you are in bondage. Bondage of Maya, isn't it? You are in bondage of Maya. Huh? But how Krishna will be in bondage? Krishna says, I become bound up with the rope of love of my devotee. One has developed prem bhakti. Do you understand? Aham bhakto paradhina aswatantra ivadija sadhuri rasta hrudayor bhaktir bhaktadana priya. Ninth canto. Srimad Bhagavatam will find. To Durvasa Muni he says, Oh Dija, oh Brahman Durvasa Muni, though I am supremely independent, still I am bound up with my premi bhakta. I am dependent on my bhakta devotee, though I am supremely independent. Sada muktopi badhasmi bhaktena sneharajjubhi. Nrsimhadev says, Lord Nrsimhadev says to Prahlad Maharaj, though I am supremely free, supremely independent, still I am bound up with that rope of love of my devotee. You understand? Bhaktena snarajjubi. That bhakta, that devotee has bound me in his heart with that rope of love. Jahan netra pade, tahan dekhoyam. Wherever he looks, he only sees me. He never sees anything else. Do you understand? He never sees anything. He only sees Krishna. As Prahlad Maharaj saw Krishna in a stone pillar. Isn't it? Whereas his demoniac father, Hiranyakasipu, couldn't see. Do you understand? Why? Why?
He was covered by the eternity.
How could Prahlad Maharaj see?
He had spiritual eyes.
Yeah, because Prahlad Maharaj has heard, do you understand? The all nectarian pastimes, all the tattva, Krishna tattva, when he was in his mother's womb from Narada Muni. Do you understand? So from the very birth, very conception, you see, he has developed bhakti, prema bhakti. So as soon as he was born, when he was child, he started speaking about Krishna. Do you understand? Glorifying about Krishna. He has developed such prema bhakti. And he has gotten such vision. So he sees everywhere. As I say, Bhakta ama preme bandhiya hruday vitare jahan netra pade tahan dekhoy amare. That Bhakta has bound me in his heart with prema, with love. So wherever he looks, he sees me. Do you understand? That is the success, supreme perfection of a human life. To get Krishna, to bind him, and to see, to understand him, and to see him everywhere. Do you understand? Thereby you can understand how everything is related to Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita also find Krishna says, Jamang pasyati sarvatro sarvancho mai pasyati tasyahum na pranasyami swachame na pranasyati. Are you reading Bhagavad Gita yesterday? Prabhupada's Gita? Huh? This is there. Krishna says, one who sees me everywhere. Do you understand? And sees everything in me. Do you understand? One who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am not lost to him and he is not lost to me. I see him, he sees me. This is bhakta. One has developed prem bhakti. Otherwise nobody can see Krishna everywhere. Do you understand? That is it. How can one develop such prem? That's another question. How?
Devotional service. Surrender.
Huh? How will you surrender?
Surrender to spiritual mental.
Huh? Yes. Surrendering unto spiritual master, you will surrender unto Krishna.
Inquiry, submissively.
Yes. How can you surrender to spiritual master? That's another question. The same thing. Huh? Who is spiritual master? Who is spiritual master?
Srila Prabhupada.
Only. Nobody is. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is not spiritual master. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami is not spiritual master. Rupa Goswami is not spiritual master. Jiva Goswami is not spiritual master. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is not spiritual master. Do you understand?
If you surrender to one, you get them all.
Those who, do you understand, Mr. Day? Those who are dear devotees of Krishna, huh? Those who are dear devotees of Krishna, those who have developed this prem bhakti, do you understand? Those who have bound up Krishna in their heart, they are all spiritual masters. Do you understand, Mr. Day? They are all spiritual masters. In other words, we say, Vaishnava means spiritual master. Vaishnava. Vaishnava means a dear devotee of the Lord. Vaishnava means one who has developed prem bhakti, one who has bound up Krishna in his heart. He is Vaishnava. He is sadhu. You understand? So he is the spiritual master. Do you understand? So one should surrender himself unto such a Vaishnava sadhu, spiritual master. How can he surrender? How can one surrender? Huh?
Asking for Krishna wisdom.
If he hears, this is question of a hearing, Sravana, what he says. Do you understand? Here Brahma says. Do you understand? Hearing of their activities counteracts all foul matters accumulated in the ear. These pastimes are pleasing to hear and are to be released. Therefore they are in my heart. They are in the heart of those pure devotees. I say, when they speak about this nectarian pastimes of Krishna. Because all these things are in their heart. They come out from the heart through the mouth, lips. Do you understand? Have you seen a volcano? Volcano.
Volcano.
Yes. Eruptions come out
Eruption.
from the mouth. What is there inside that volcano? Do you understand? So, the sadhu is like a volcano. Do you understand? It's like a volcano. And such eruptions come out through the mouth of sadhu. What eruption? This transcendental pastimes. Nectarian. Transcendental nectarian pastimes of Krishna. Through the mouth. Because they are there in their heart, he said. Therefore they are in my heart. And they vomit it. Do you understand? A volcano vomits. They vomit it. Do you understand? They come out because they are in the heart. Such a sadhu, such a Vaishnava, do you understand? Is Guru. If you can hear these nectarian pastimes from the lips of such a sadhu, then you can develop prem bhakti. Then you will surrender. Otherwise, no question. Do you understand, Mr. Day? Yeah. Without hearing all these things from the right source, from the lips of such a sadhu, no question of surrender. No, no. Your so-called surrender will be a pretension. I was saying that last night evening, isn't it? It's pretension. You are just pretending, Mr. Day. You are not surrendered. Only saying on the lips, not surrender. Do you understand? Yes. Only pretension is not true surrender. But one who hears this nectarian pastimes, sweet, do you understand? Sweetest nectarian pastimes of Krishna from the lips of such a devotee Vaishnava, he surrenders. And he also sees, he develops that vision also. He sees everywhere Krishna, as Prahlad Maharaj saw. Brahma Sangita we say, Pramanjana surito bhakti vilocanena santo sadaiva hrudayesu vilokayanti jasyama sundarang achintya gunaswarupam govindam adipurusam tamam vadami. Do you understand, Mr. Day? Huh? Who sees? Who sees Krishna? What sort of eyes see Krishna? Huh? Premanjana surita bhakti vilochanena. Do you understand? Huh? Those who have smeared this premanjana, ointment of love, do you understand? Ointment of love on their eyes, they see Krishna. Huh? All beautiful, Syama Sundara. Huh? All beautiful, all attractive, Syama Sundara is Krishna. They see. That eyes, those eyes see. Premanjana Surita Bhakti Vilochana. And whose eyes this Premanjana, the ointment of love, is smeared. Do you understand? How? Where is that available? Have you a factory, Mr. Day? You have opened such factory when you manufacture this Premanjana, this ointment of love, then we will get and smear it to our eyes. Then we can see Krishna, Allah attractive Krishna. Huh? Are you a factory owner?
Sure.
Huh? Are you manufacturing that ointment? Ointment of love? Premanjana? Are you manufacturing? Huh? Sir? I'm manufacturing. Mr. Day has opened a factory. He's a factory owner and manufacturing that ointment of love of Krishna. Huh? So you may be supplying to whole Michigan or whole America. So the factory owner. Isn't it, Mr. Day? But why the Americans are blind, cannot see Krishna? Do you understand, Mr. Day? Where is that factory? Where this ointment is manufactured? Then we can get that ointment and smear over our eyes. Then you can see all beautiful Krishna, Syam Sundar.
Right. Where is it manufactured?
Yes.
Love. Love of God.
You can't understand me. How, where it is manufactured, that ointment, and how it is smeared, that is the question. That sadhu, that Vaishnava, who has bound up Krishna in his heart, who has developed Prem Bhakti, do you understand? He is factory owner. He manufactures it, that ointment. Do you understand, Mr. Day? If you hear from him this nectarian pastime sweet, nectarian pastimes of Krishna, then automatically that ointment is smeared over your eye, on your eyes. Do you understand? That is how it is smeared. That means by hearing this is, you will develop Prem Bhakti. Without hearing, you cannot develop Prem Bhakti. Do you understand, Mr. Dey? This hearing is most important, Sravanam. That Brahma says now. Do you understand? Here he says, these pastimes are pleasing to hear and have to be released. Hearing of their activities counteracts all foul matters accumulated in the ear. And it's also said in Srimad Srute Khito Pathan. How can you see Krishna? Unless you have such vision, Premanjana Surita Bhakti Vilochana. Unless you have such eyes, and those eyes, this love of Krishna is not, the ointment of love of Krishna is not smeared. How can you see? Do you understand me? Unless you possess such eyes or vision, you can't see. So how can you develop such eye, or get such eye?
By hearing.
Yes, there you are. By hearing only. Do you understand? No other means is there. That he says. Srute Khita Patham. If you hear, then you can see. No hearing, no seeing. You can't see Krishna. Unless you hear such nectarian transcendental pastimes of Krishna from the lips of that pure devotee. But developed Prem Bhakti was bound of Krishna in his heart. You cannot develop such vision. In other words, that ointment of love cannot be smeared on your eyes. Do you understand? So you cannot see. If you hear, then you see. Srute Khita Padam. You understand? That is our process. And the hearing is most important thing. And we have this Navavidha Bhakti, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam, Arsanam, Padasevanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. Isn't it? It begins with Sravana. First is Sravana. First is hearing. Isn't it? First thing is hearing, and that is most important thing. Sukadeva Goswami is narrating this. Who is hearing? Parikshit Sravani. Do you understand? Parikshit Maharaj was the emperor of the whole world. Do you understand? Was the emperor of the whole world. So, anyhow, he was... So he understood that thing. Do you understand? He was a great devotee of the Lord. So he could understand that my lifespan is only for 7 days now. Then it will be finished. So he gave up his whole empire. Do you understand? He gave up everything and went to the bank of Ganges and sat down there. Do you understand? Sat down there. So many Rajarshis, Brahmarshis, Devarshis, great rishis, sages, saints, they all came there. You understand? Because Parikshit Maharaj was such a king, such an emperor. He was running his empire in such a nice way. You understand? All were leading very peaceful and happy life. No disturbances were there. Do you understand? No disturbances were there. The sadhus, the sages, saints, rishis, they were also very peacefully doing their bhajan. When such a king gave up administration, gave up ruling, so they all came. Do you understand? So he asked them one question. I have only 7 days time. my life will be finished. Do you understand? What is my duty now? Please advise me. Huh? So many, these Rajarshis, Brahmarshis, they spoke differently. Some said, you do such yajna. Some said, you do such tapasya. Huh? Some said, you do such charity, dana. You understand? Some said, you do such swadhyaya. Differently they said. Nothing could be decided. So at last Sukadeva Goswami came. He was very young in age. Do you understand? 12 years old only. Huh? Do you understand? So that question was also asked to him. But Sukadeva Goswami said, you hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Do you understand? You hear Srimad Bhagavatam. They all said, yes, anonymously accepted. It was anonymously accepted. Oh, yes, that's correct. You understand? So Sukadeva Goswami spoke this. Continuously, he spoke Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days. And Parikshit Maharaj continuously heard it. Do you understand? He gave up his sleeping, he gave up his eating, everything. Sitting continuously with rapt attention, concentrated attention, Parikshit Maharaj was hearing, only hearing. Do you understand? With that hearing, he achieved the supreme perfection. Do you understand? That supreme perfection is Prem Bhakti, Krishna Prem Bhakti. So he completely surrendered then. Do you understand? And he heard so transcendental nectarian pastimes of Krishna from the lips of Sukadeva Goswami, who is an bona fide authority. Do you understand? He immediately developed that Prem Bhakti. That is the supreme perfection of human life. And immediately surrendered. Do you understand? He became fearless. Became fearless now. He said, let hundreds, thousands of Takshakas come, Kuhakas come and bite me. I am not afraid. Do you understand, Mr. Day? I am not afraid. Let thousands, hundreds, thousands Takshaka, thousands Kuhakas come and bite me. I am not afraid. You sadhus, you go on, speaking Krishna Katha, nectarian. Do you understand, Mr. Day? Such is the hearing. He was a king, he was an emperor, he had everything. Do you understand? He had money, he had strength, he had opulence, everything he had. Isn't it? He could have done anything. Huh? But he didn't do anything. Only he had. Do you understand? And within 7 days, he got. Do you understand? Such is the effect of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavata Sravan, Krishna Katha Sravan. Hearing of nectarian Krishna Katha. Do you understand? That we say. Jasyang Vaisruyamana yang Krishni Paramapuruse Bhakti Rutpadyate Punsa Sokamoho Bhayapaha. By hearing Krishna Katha from the right source, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam means Krishna Katha. Do you understand? Krishna Katha, Bhakta Katha, Bhagavata Katha, that is. Do you understand? Hearing from the right source, from the lips of such a pure sadhu, well developed Prem Bhakti, one can very easily develop this Bhakti, Prem Bhakti. As a result of which, his material fears, lamentation, delusions will be completely destroyed. Do you understand? And he immediately surrenders the lotus feet of Krishna. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Mahajan. Have you heard the name of Bhakti Vinod Thakur? Yes? Great sadhu, Mahajan. And Vaishnava Acharya. Do you understand? He has written many songs. He has written a nice song on Saranagati. how to surrender and the glory of Saranagati. Do you understand? Yes, sir. অভয় অশোক অভয় অমৃতের স্থল তোমার চরণদ্বয় তাহাতে এখন বিশ্রাম লভিয়া ছাড়িলু ভবের ভয় ও লর্ড কৃষ্ণ your lotus feet is such a place where there is no fear, no lamentation, no death. Do you understand? No fear, no lamentation, no death. Now I take complete shelter at such lotus feet. Now I am free from all lamentation, all fear, even fear of death also. Do you understand? He says, such a place. Abhaya Charana Aravinda is known as Abhaya Charana Aravinda. Charana Aravinda means lotus feet. Is Abhaya is a place where there is no bhaya, fear. Do you understand? One who is completely surrendered unto the lotus feet of Krishna, he is a fearless person. Never be afraid of any situation. I have no lamentations, no fear, even he has no death. Amrita means nectar. Nectar is emanating from that lotus feet. And who drinks that nectar, he conquers death. Do you understand? He conquers death. Otherwise, nobody can conquer death. So, Parikshit Maharaj became deathless, not afraid, only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the glory of hearing, and we are narrating that thing. It is the glory of hearing this. Srimad Bhagavatam also will find third canto, Sutasya Punsam Suchira Samasyo Nananjasa Suri Virdi Tortha Tattat Gunanusravanam Mukunda Padarabindam Hruday Sujisam. Do you understand me today? Third canto. That means persons who hear from a spiritual master with great labor and for a long time must hear from the mouths of pure devotees about the character, activities of pure devotees and Krishna. Pure devotees always think within their hearts the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Mukunda. Do you understand? You know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? You know Rai Ramananda?
Yes.
Who is Rai Ramananda?
Who is Ramananda?
Yeah, Ramananda Rai.
Ramananda Roy?
Yeah.
Ramananda Roy was one of his confidential friends.
Yeah. Very dear, confidential. Devotee of Mahaprabhu. Do you understand? Very confidential. Very intimate. Do you understand? When Mahaprabhu was traveling South India, he met Rai Ramananda on the bank of Godavari. Do you understand? And there was discussion, conversation between Rai Ramananda and Mahaprabhu. Do you understand? And Sriman Mahaprabhu asked many questions to Rai Ramananda, and Rai Ramananda answered. Do you understand? Because he is such a dear devotee of Krishna. Very intimate, most dear devotee, confidential associate. He knows these things. So Mahaprabhu asked, and he answered. So one of the questions is there, Mahaprabhu asked, Sravana Madhya Jivera Kon Sreshta Sravana? What a human being or jiva should hear, and what is the best type of hearing? Do you understand? Rai Ramananda answered, Radha Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rosayana. That is the best type of hearing. They say, loving, what do you say? Conjugal. Loving, what do you say in English? Conjugal love. Do you understand? Transcendental love between Radha and Krishna. The topics relating to that is the best type of hearing. Do you understand? He quoted a verse from 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, that says, Vikriditam Brajavadhu Viridincha Vishnu सदान्वितो अनुशृणुयात् अथ वर्णयेत् सः भक्तिं परां भगवती प्रतिलभ्य कामं हृदरोगं आसु अपहिनोति अचिरेण धीरा. Do you understand, Mr. Day? It's 10th canto. He quoted that. That he says, Krishna does rasa lila. Do you understand? With the damsels of Brajabhumi, gopis and Radharani. Do you understand? That Raslila Kahani, that nectarian pastimes of Raslila, do you understand? Rasa dance of Radha and Krishna, gopis, one should hear from the lips of a pure devotee, Vaishnava. Do you understand? Who knows this tattva, who has bound up Krishna in his heart. Do you understand? One should hear that nectarian pastimes of Rasalila from the lips of such a devotee with the putting full faith on it and with concentrated attention, then he will develop prem bhakti and his heart disease will be cured. You are a diseased person, I think, Mr. Day. You have heart disease, isn't it? What is that disease? It's lost. Rudrogo kamo. The lost, isn't it? All are here. Diseased persons, they have this heart disease, Rudrogo kamo. Do you understand? They said that this heart disease lost will be completely cured when he hears these conjugal loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. Rasalila, transcendental Rasalila. Pastimes of gopis, Krishna with gopis and Radharani from the lips of a pure Vaishnava. That disease will be cured. And that is the best type of hearing. Do you understand? Best type of hearing. And it should be heard from the right source. Otherwise it should be misunderstood. It will produce the reverse effect. If you won't hear from the right source. Do you understand? That is said. Again also, you'll find in 10th canto, Nibruta Tarsair Upagiyamana Bhava Usodhatsotra Mano Abhiramat Khauttama Sloko Gunanubhadat Uman Virajeta Vina Pasugnat. Who speaks about it? Who speaks about this nectarian transcendental pastimes of Krishna? Who?
Devotee of Krishna.
Who is a pure devotee. Do you understand? Who has developed prem bhakti. Do you understand? Who is completely free from all sorts of material desires. No material desire is there. No lust is there. No hridroga. This heart disease is not there. Do you understand? It's completely free from all sorts of material desires. Do you understand? He says, he speaks, he narrates. Do you understand? This transcendental nectarian pastimes of Krishna. And this is medicine. Do you understand? This hearing of this transcendental nectarian pastimes of Radha Krishna is the medicine for all sorts of material disease. All sorts of material ills. Do you understand? Bhavausudhas. And it's very attractive, very pleasing. Do you understand? That Brahma says here. These pastimes are pleasing to hear. Do you understand? Very attractive, very pleasing is nectarian. Sweet, so sweet. And also to release it. It's question of releasement. Do you understand? This is like nectar, flow of nectar. And you should drink it. It should be drunk. How can you drink it?
By hearing.
Through ears, not through the mouth. Do you understand? It should be drunk through the ears. That means hearing. Yes, there you are. Those who are Atmaghati, Posughati, those are engaged in animal killing. Do you understand? engaged in committing suicide, killing their self, they cannot develop such attraction towards this. Otherwise, all should be attracted towards it, isn't it? Huh? You are the only one who came, Mr. Day. Nobody comes to drink this nectar, Mr. Day. Can't you inspire your friends, your neighbors? Huh? Please come and drink such nectar. Can't you inspire? Are you really releasing, Mr. Day?
Yeah.
Yes. So you are releasing. You are having the taste. So can't you inspire your friends, your neighbors? Huh?
Sure.
You have many friends, isn't it? You should do such good to them. Thereby they will achieve success in their human life. Do you understand? Achieve success of their life. Achieve supreme perfection in their life, human life. Do you understand? This is the real good. Huh? To bring them to the sadhu. Because sadhu speaks about it. Who speaks? Do you understand? Who is devoid of all material desires. Who has developed supreme bhakti by hearing from sadhu acharyas. Such a sadhu says, speaks about it. And hearing from him is the only requirement. That's his success in human life. That's the perfection of human life. If you are a real well-wishing friend, then you should bring your friends. That's the real well-wishing. Do you understand? You should inspire them. That is one story, you see. Who is a real friend? He is a real friend who brings his friend to the sadhu to hear Krishna Katha, Nectarian Katha. Then he'll achieve the success of his life or supreme perfection of life. No other way is there. Have you gone to India?
No.
You have not gone. Why are you not going? You must visit India. Do you understand, Mr. Dev? Yes. In India, Vrindavan Dham is there. Huh? Navadip Dham is there, where Mahaprabhu Leela. Do you understand? Purushottam Dham, Jagannath Puri Dham is there. Mahaprabhu manifested Leela in Navadip Dham, in Purushottam Dham, Jagannath Puri Dham. Krishna manifested his Leela in Vrindavan Dham. All dhams are there. You should go and visit. Do you understand? So Navadip Dham, Mayapur Dham, we say Mahaprabhu appeared. Manifested Leela. Two friends were there. There's Ganga Nadi, river Ganges flowing. River Ganges is flowing there. Ganges is also manifestation of Krishna. Because that Ganges water comes, emanates from the lotus feet of Lord Hari. Do you understand? It's not ordinary water. It's not ordinary water. You'll never find some Ganges water here in America, but you'll find there. You should have a dip in that Ganges. Then all your sinful reactions will be washed off. You understand, Mr. Day? Such water is nectarian water. You keep it. You bring some water, keep it in your house. Do you understand? It will never be contaminated. So because it's nectarian, it's transcendental water, not material water. Yes. So you must go and visit. So in that Navadip Dham, there were two friends. Two friends. This Ganga, river Ganga is flowing. They are staying the other side of Ganges. And this side of Ganges, there is this birthplace of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu appeared, Mayapur Dham. Many sadhu Vaishnavas live there. Many ashramas, mathas are there. And they live there. They every day chant Hare Krishna, do kirtan, and speak about Krishna Katha. Don't send the sadhu. So those two friends were staying the other side of Ganges. One of them is a bhakta, devotee. Do you understand? And the other one is not a devotee. This other one is not a devotee. Do you understand? So that devotee friend thought of, I must bring my friend to the other side of Ganges and take him to that sadhu, Vaishnava Maharaj, who's staying there and every day doing kirtan and speaking about nectarian pastimes. So Krishna, he must go and associate and hear it. If he hear, then he will develop Prem Bhakti, he will surrender unto Krishna and he will achieve the highest perfection in his life. That's the real well wish. Do you understand? So he told his friend, my friend, let us go to the other side of Ganges. That Sadhu Maharaj is there, Vaishnava Maharaj, every day he does kirtan and speaks nectarian Krishna Katha. Let us go and associate and hear it from him. Thereby we'll achieve the supreme success, perfection of our life. Do you understand? But that his friend was not a devotee, non-devotee. He is never interested. Rather, he is interested in hearing all sorts of nonsense, politics, topics related to sense gratification, all this nonsense. He is very interested to see these cinemas, TVs, opera, dancings like this. He spends most of his time in that. He says, no, I have no time. I am very busy. I have no time. I am very busy. I can't go. Such a fellow. But he gives time to go and see cinemas, TVs, and opera, party, dancing, theater. Do you understand? But no time to go. He's non-devotee. He's never attracted to it. He's not developed taste for it. But a devotee who has developed taste for it, and he's a friend, he must bring him. Then he thought of, oh, I'll play a trick. I'll play a trick. He's not going, I'll play a trick. But he's going to see and visit cinema, theaters, and spending hours and there. So he said, the other side of Ganges, a very nice opera party is performing jatra. Do you understand? Drama. Will you go? Oh, yes, I must go. But when he's asking him to go to their sadhu, he said, I have no time. Now he says, yes, we'll go. Let us come, go. Do you understand? So he brought him in. He plays a trick. You should play such trick. Do you understand? Because your friend, they have developed interest in drinking this liquor. Do you understand? Cold beer, liquor, fried beef, so many things written here. But they have not developed interest in drinking this nectar. Do you understand? If you call them, oh, nectar is available, please come, they won't come. Oh, let us go to the beer shop and, oh yes, go, chalo. So you should play such a trick. So he played such a trick, made such a trick, that the other side of the Ganges, nice opera party has come, who's performing a nice jatra, theater, drama. I'll go. Yes, I'll go. So anyhow, he brought him to the bank of Ganges. Now, they're just going to get into the boat because they have to cross the river. So anyhow, that friend understood that, oh, he had played a trick, now he is taking me to that sadhu. Then he could understand that thing. Then he said, oh, brother, I have some disease with me. What disease? Now, if I get into a boat, my head will reel, I will vomit. I cannot. So I never get into a boat. He said that. My head will reel and I'll start vomiting. I'll fall sick, you see. Do you understand? So please wait. Let the summer season come. When this river will dry up, we'll go to the other side. Do you understand? Then they said, you are such a fool. Do you know? In summer, even Ganga, river Ganga never dries up. Rather, much water comes in Ganga during summer. So it never dries up. How can you go? He tried his best, but he failed. What is the reason behind it? Do you know, Mr. Dev? He tried his best. He is well-wisher, such a good friend. Let me take my friend to the sadhu. Do you understand? Let him associate and hear it. So his life will be successful. He'll achieve the highest perfection. His human life will be successful. Do you understand? But he failed. He failed. What is the reason behind it? Do you understand? Huh? What's the reason? Hmm?
I have not developed taste bring up us.
No test, that's a fact. But anyhow, he made some trick to bring him there. Anyhow to bring, do you understand? But still he failed. That means, he says, you are such a crooked person. You have such crookedness in your heart. Never at all simple. Do you understand? Kapatya. Therefore says, when the summer season will come, the river this will be dried up, then we'll go. But Ganga will never dry up. Ganga, river Ganges will never dry up. Rather in summer season, much water comes in Ganga because the snow is melts. So much water comes. So you'll never go. You are such a duplicitous person. Such crookedness you have, kapatya in your heart. You'll never get any benefit at all. I am saying that thing. Are you hearing yesterday about this kapatya? Crookedness. Give up this thing. Be simple. Then we'll be attracted. Then we'll come. Then we'll hear. Then we'll associate with husband. Hear such nectarian katha. Then we'll make your life successful. Achieve supreme power. Otherwise, one is a crooked person, duplicitous person, duplicity in his heart. You may try your best, but you cannot bring him. Such a duplicitous person. Do you understand? This is the story. Anyhow, you try your best. Anyhow, trick them. Anyhow, bring. Oh, nice liquor is available. Anyhow. Apurva Das has opened a very nice restaurant, very nice liquor, fresh and newly available. No, not nowhere available. Very, very tasty. Please come. Anyhow, tricks. Make some trick. And you understand, Mr. Dev? Bring him anyway. Let him come and hear. Bhagavata Katha, Krishna Katha. Do you understand me? Such is the hearing. Pivanti je bhagavato atmana satang kathamrutam sravana putesu sambhutam punanti te visaya vidusita sayam brajanti tatsarana saroruhantikam. Do you understand? Saroruhantikam. This is this second canto, 237. Let me see. This verse is here. 237. Yes, yeah. Yes. Pivanti je bhagavata atmana sadang kathamritam savana putesu samritam punanti te visaya vidusita sayam brajanti tatsarana saroruhantikam. Srila Prabhupada writes in translation, those who drink through oral reception, fully filled with the nectarian message of Lord Krishna, the beloved of the devotees, purify the polluted aim of life known as material enjoyment, and thus go back to Godhead, to the lotus feet of Him, the personality of Godhead. Do you understand? How to purify? How to cleanse the dirt accumulated in your heart? Only by hearing such nectarian katha. No other way is there. Do you understand, Mr. Dev? Daily, Nityo Bhagavata Sevaya is daily activity. It's not 1 day's activity or 7 days activity, daily activity. Every day one should come and associate with such a sadhu, Bhakta Bhagavad, hear such nectarian katha from his lips. Drink it, that nectar through the ears. Then the filth accumulated in the heart from many, many lakhs of lives will be completely cleansed up, purified. The heart will be purified. Then will develop this prema. Do you understand? Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabhu Noy. Savanadi Suddha Chite Koroi Uday. Krishna Prema is not an easy affair that you can develop. Do you understand? Savanadi Suddha Chite. If you come here daily, hear and hear this nectarian Krishna Katha from the lips of a pure sadhu, then heart will be cleansed up. Then you will develop. Do you understand? Correct. This is what needed. Only therefore, the most important thing. Yes?
I have a question. So much stress on hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. You're saying that that's all that's required. But in the Sage of Kali, it's recommended Harinam, Harinam, Harinam every occasion. Can someone reach perfection in the Sage of Kali simply by hearing Bhagavatam without chanting Hare Krishna?
You are a fool. When sadhu chants Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hear it, hear it, hear it. Hear this chanting. Do you understand, fool? Dull-headed fellow. Hear the chanting of sadhu. I was saying my Guru Maharaj came with a pair of kartals. He goes to that park and chanted there. That's why he gave opportunity to hear it. Transcendental sound vibration. Let it touch their ears, the hippies. Do you understand?
Yeah.
This is hearing. Then they will be attracted. Then he speak katha. Katha comes later. First hear the name. Do you understand? Yes. This is all hearing. And then Guru says, now, you, Raghunath Bhatt, go out and speak. What will you speak? What you have heard. Unless you hear, how will you speak? How will you do kirtan? First Sravanam, then kirtanam. This hearing is most important there. What you have heard, you do such kirtan. Kirtan is the other name of hearing. You understand? One who has not heard, he cannot do kirtan. What will do kirtan? He has not heard. The hearing is most important. First requisite. All right, Mr. Dey.
Late for work.
You are leaving.
I'm late for work.
Late.
My boss will say, where have you been? I'll say, drinking.
Your boss. Whip you. Your boss will whip you. All right. Come in the evening.
Yes. I know.
Very well. Yes, yes.
Well, I was wondering, sometimes we hear statements like how you were saying earlier, Prema Bhakti is so rarely attained, not even Lord Rama can attain it, but
Yes.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Patita Pavana given it to the most fallen souls. But we know that Lord Rama is actually Haridas Thakur,
Yes, yes.
most exalted devotees of Lord Chaitanya. And sometimes we hear like Prabodhananda Saraswati says that Sukadeva Goswami couldn't really understand the inner significance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's descent, and Lord Krishna himself was unwilling to reveal it to Sukadeva Goswami, but yet we know ontologically Sukadeva Goswami is the parent of Srimati Radharani, so of course he knows these things. So I'm wondering how do we understand these statements then? Because obviously these characters, like Lord Rama and Sukadeva Goswami, they too have like Lord Rama can easily attain Prema Bhakti because he is Haridas Thakur who has Prema Bhakti.
You see, Brahma stole when Krishna was here 5,000 years ago in Vrindavan, was manifesting his Leela, Vrindavan Leela, Braj Leela. Brahma, when Krishna was a cowherd boy, former cowherd boy, playing with his friends, cowherd boys, bank of Jamuna in the jungle of Vrindavan, Brahma was watching there, but he couldn't understand it. You understand? Siddham Gopo was carrying, climbing up to the shoulder of Krishna. And Krishna was carrying Siddham Gopa on his shoulder and running around. Do you understand? While they were eating, sitting at noon on the bank of Jamuna in a circle, the cowherd boys are snatching portions of food from the mouth of Krishna, and Krishna was snatching some portion of food from their mouths. Yes, Brahma was watching. Couldn't understand. What is this? Is he Supreme Personality of Godhead? Is he Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is all powerful, who bears in his abdomen on Damodara stalk, what you say?
नमस्तेस्तु धामने स्वरदीप्ति धामने तदीयतरायत विश्वस्व
Vishwasya Dhamne. All the universe are there in his abdomen. Do you understand? So, the Sridham Gopo climbs up to his shoulder. He was carrying Sridham Gopa and running around. He's such a personality. Is he Supreme Personality God Krishna? He became builder. He became builder. So he tried, always, let me test it. How he is supreme. So by dint of his mystic power, he stole the calves, he stole the cowherd boys and took them and made them lie on one of the mountainous caves, you see. Then he went to his abode. After one moment, he came back here. Here 1 year has passed. Then he saw the same play was going on. Same fun, same play, same cowherd boys were there, same calves were there. Then he was thinking, oh, I took them away, but how they are here again? Did Krishna go there and take them away from that mountainous cave? He went there to see. They were lying there. Again coming here, they are playing here. What is this fun? Brahma couldn't understand. Became builder. Then he meditated. Then he saw all the calves and the cowherd boys looking 400 forms of Vishnu form. Then he understood, oh yes, this boy, 7-year-old boy, is Supreme Personality Godhead Krishna. So he came down from his swan carrier. He was there. And paid obeisance, begged excuse, please excuse me, I committed great blunder, great offense. Do you understand? In 10th canto, you read 10th canto. Then he says, please take away this position of Brahma from me. I have become so puffed up, so proud, occupying such highest position. Brahma, I am creator. I occupy the highest planet here, this material universe. So I have developed such pride, puffed up. I am not sober. I am not humble. So I committed such blunder, such offense at lotus feet. You understand? So many prayers he has offered in 10th canto. One of the Tadastu mena thasa buribhago bhavitsvan srutu vasarasang ekum me bhapi bhavadjananang bhuttvani sebe tava pada pallavam. Take away this position of Brahma from me. I have become so much proud, developed such pride. I cannot become sober, humble, dhina, akinchana. I cannot become. If you take away from me, let me be born in any universe or here or any universe, in any inferior species, like grass, like an insect, worm, whatever may be, as you like. But these calves are so dear to you. These cowherd boys are so dear to you. Huh? They are playing with you. They are snatching food from your mouth. You are snatching food from their mouth. They are climbing up your shoulder. They are so fortunate. Huh? So dear. I have no such fortune. I am not so dear. Huh? They are playing with you. You are playing with them. You understand? So take away this position of Brahma from me. I don't want. Let me burn in any inferior species here or in any universe. But I have only one prayer with you. Bhutva nisebe tava pada pallavam. Let me be one among them. Do you understand? Let me be one among them. Let me have their association and serve your lotus feet. I don't want this thing. So the next thing, when Mahaprabhu came, he became Brahma Haridas. He was born in a lowest degraded Javan family, Mohammedan family, Mletsa Javan. Do you understand? And became so sober, so humble. I am Mletsa, I am Javan. Most degraded, most sinful. Huh? So humble. He was not going. He was staying there in Jagannath Puri. I'm not going to Jagannath temple. No, I have no qualification, such degraded, sinful. I have no qualification to go there. Even he was not going to that grand road also. No. Even Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, they are not going. They are thinking, yes, they were serving Hussain Shah. They had their Mohammedan names. Dabir Khas Sakar Malik. Mohammedan names. Oh, we are degraded. We are mlechas. We are not. They were not. It was their devotion. And Jagannath was coming to them every day to give them darshan. You understand? He became Haridas Thakur. Do you understand? Because that was his prayer. Take away from me this position of Brahma. Then I'll become humble. My pride will be crushed. Become humble. Then I'll develop such prem bhakti. Then I will be able to serve your lotus feet. Of their service. Do you understand? Do you understand? So he was born in such a low family.